Hello students. Today we will start next topic of this chapter, cell chapter, that is cell wall. Plasma membrane we have done. Next is cell wall, structure, function, composition, everything we will study. So cell wall, it is outer rigid, protective, supportive covering of plant cells. Okay, not only plant cells but fungi and protist, some protist. Okay, we have studied कि fungi में भी cell wall है plants में, but in animal it is absent. It is a main difference between a plant and animal cell. So cell wall, outer to plasma membrane, PM plasma membrane, just I have to, and it is rigid. Membrane. Second, protective layer. Various functions it have. Protective layer provides strength and rigidity. Protect the cells from attack of pathogens also. Rigidity and also we can say shape to the cell. So these are the properties. Discovery. So functions you can write. Counteracts osmotic pressure, gives strength to the plant. Bursting of plant cells by excessive endometriosis. We will study in detail. Discovery. Discovery, it was by Robert Hooke. Okay, what he observed during the discovery of cell? A hexagonal structure tightly packed lignin deposition. Okay, and where it is present? Cell wall, plant cell, fungi, and prokaryotes. Prokaryotes, there is one exceptional case. Prokaryotes, except what? Mycoplasma. This I have explained you 2 times. Prokaryotes except mycoplasma, it is without the cell wall and smallest. And what else is remaining? And some protist. Now come to composition. Composition is important also. In prokaryotes, it is made up bacteria. It is made up of peptidoglycan. Peptide is related to protein and glycose is related to carbohydrates. Fungi, this I have also explained in kingdom, that is chitin and plants and plant cells. मेन तो यही पढ़ना है. Cellulose, hemicellulose and pactic. What do you mean by the pactic? Pactic is glucuronic acid. Pactic is glucuronic acid plus galacturonic acid. This is pactic acid. Today's sketches is not working. Okay, and what is hemiso? It is a heteropolysaccharides. It is made up of galactose, xylose, mannose. Let me write heteropolysaccharide. Okay, and H2O, lipid, and so these are the composition. Other substance which are found in cell wall of plants are suberin, cutin, and lignin. It is found in mainly secondary cell wall. Okay, now what else is remaining? Now come to the and important points related to so it is it is about the cell wall. The structure will study in next. Okay, so students, introduction part we have done. Now let's start with the structure of cell wall. Okay, the structure of cell wall. Okay, so there is, so this is middle, the cell wall consists of outermost is primary and inner is secondary. So I think you have heard primary, secondary, tertiary. Okay, so this blue part which I have drawn is middle lamella. And it is made up of calcium or magnesium pactate. Okay, now next come to primary cell wall. This okay, this both are प्राइमरी सेल वॉल. ये एक सेल का है, सेल ए का ले लो और ये सेल बी का ले लो. लेट मी राइट हियर ए एंड बी. ए बी, ये एक दूसरे सेल का है और दूसरे सेल का है. इट इज व्हाट? प्राइमरी सेल वॉल. And its composition is More is hemicellulose and cellulose is also, but less. Okay, so more is cellulose and less is cellulose. Primary cell का composition क्या है? Hemicellulose and cellulose. Now come to secondary. So let's just consider this is S1, S2, S3. Let me write S1 here. Okay. So this is secondary. This is also S1, S2, S3. S1, S2, S3. S1 is innermost. Oh, sorry. S3 is the innermost. Okay. ये एक सेल का दूसरे सेल का. Okay. What are its composition? So secondary cell wall is, it is deposited in 3 layers. 1, 2, 3. 3 layers is deposited in 3 layers, S1, S2, S3. In this case, more is what? Cellulose. कैसे याद रखोगे? स secondary, स cellulose. Okay. And less is hemicellulose. It is S. अदर सब्सटेंस क्या पाए जाते हैं इसमें? सुबेरिन, क्यूटिन and lignin. Okay, so we can say here, note down, outermost कौन सा हुआ? Primary. Sorry, outermost is primary. One more thing, let me draw tertiary also. It is tertiary. It is mainly composed of lignin and xylem. Tertiary cell wall. Same will be here. It is secondary. Okay, so it is tertiary cell wall. Okay, lignin deposition. What happen if the lignin deposit throughout? It will become a dead tissue. Okay, so it is only tertiary, this lignin and xylem. So we can write outermost is primary and innermost cell wall is tertiary. one more thing, if tertiary is absent, if tertiary cell wall absent, then secondary, that to S3, then S3 is innermost. So I will do a recap. It is middle lamella, okay, and this green one is primary and then secondary, okay, middle, primary, secondary. Now next, what point? Meristematic cells have only primary cell wall, okay, and secondary cell wall कहाँ पाया जाता है? परमानेंट. अच्छा, परमानेंट सेल, दिस यू नो, मेरिस्मेटिक which is capable of division, okay, which divides apical meristematic tissue, lateral meristematic tissues, okay, root, apex, shoot, apex. Secondary cell wall is found where? In permanent cell. What are permanent cell? Meristematic cell, just I have told, apical means root, apex, shoot, apex, lateral हो गए, okay. And what do you mean by secondary cell was found? Permanent cell like parenchyma and collenchyma. Parenchyma is living cell, okay, composed of cellulose. Space is also present. So this is the information about this, okay. What else is remaining regarding this? One more thing I want to inform: border pits and simple pits. Then let me draw the lumen. So this gap you are which are seeing, ये जो क्या है? Pit है. This is pit, and this is pit membrane. This is pit membrane. What is the function of pit? It allows the exchange of substance, okay. Let me write. It is allow exchange of substance. It produces a protoplasmic continuum, okay. Help produce a protoplasmic continuum among cells. Okay, now come next is what? Simple pit and border pit. This is a middle, primary, okay. Now sometimes when the secondary wall deposition is missing, okay, ये हमने middle बनाया, and after that I have made this primary, then you have to draw the secondary, okay. It is missing here. So secondary wall deposition is missing. Is missing. Then this is known as what? Simple pits. It is known as simple pit. And secondary wall deposition is missing. इसको क्या कहेंगे हम लोग? Simple pit. Okay. It is a characteristic features of angiosperm. Feature of angiosperm. And if the structure is like this, okay, here it is also a missing. It is known as border pit. Feature of, this is feature of gymnosperm. Simple pit is a feature of angiosperm, and border pit is a feature of gymnosperm. When secondary wall deposition is missing, there you have studies the structure. Now come to next one more term, accretion. Deposition of material in a secondary wall is known as accretion. So secondary wall is laid, inner to the primary wall by accretion or deposition of materials over the surface of existing. Secondary wall is laid inner to the primary wall by accretion or deposition of material over the surface of existing structure. Material नहीं होगा. Okay, so it is what? A deposition of material in secondary wall is known as accretion. Okay, so students, this is all about the cell wall.